President Uhuru Kenyatta's new parliamentary lineup is almost complete, with the ejection of Garissa Township Member of Parliament Aden Duale as the National Assembly Majority Leader and replacing him with Kipipiri Member of Parliament Amos Kimunya. Now, the latest raft of changes further build up on the strained relationship between President Kenyatta and his Deputy William Ruto, as well as Raila Odinga factor. NTV senior political affairs reporter Kennedy Muredi with details of the parliamentary group meeting that sealed the fate of Kenya's pioneer majority leader under the Constitution.
Kipipiri MP Amos Kimunya was in early for the Jubilee Parliamentary Group meeting at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, symbolically ushering in majority of those assembled. There were no surprises here as he received congratulatory messages even before the big announcement. Over 150 members of the Jubilee Party ready to formally hear from the party leader and president on the changes. When he arrived, the meeting had the green light to start, taking about 30 minutes with President Uhuru Kenyatta doing most of the speaking. After a word of prayer, the Jubilee Party Secretary General Raphael Tuju introduced the party leader, who in turn said his opening remarks and shared with the MPs that he had received his COVID-19 results Monday morning and had turned negative. Then Tuju was back up, noting the business of the day, which included discussing the ejection of Garissa Township MP Aden Duale as the majority leader after 126 MPs signed a petition to remove him. When President Kenyatta stood up again, Duale's fate was sealed. He announced changes that saw Duale's position taken up by Kimunya. Kimunya now moves from the newly created position of Joint Parliamentary Secretary, which will now be occupied by Eldas MP Aden Keynan.
I also want to underscore and really appreciate the dedicated service that the Honorable Duale has rendered to this country in the last 8 years. I've been in that position before as Deputy Leader of Government Business in the 11th Parliament, in the 10th Parliament, and I know what it means to be in the House every day.
Ours is to ensure that we will make sure the Jubilee agenda, in line with the principles stated under the handshake, succeeds.
In the meeting, President Kenyatta also revisited the ongoing political activities in the country, noting that he wanted respect and time to achieve his goals before his term lapses in 2022. In what was clear reference to the unfolding dalliance of his deputy with a number of MPs, in what is now being termed as Jubilee Asili, Uhuru noted that he was fully aware of what was happening. The next move now targets rewarding of new allies whom the president is planning a coalition with, including ODM leader Raila Odinga, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka and CCM leader Isaac Ruto. Their allies are expected to land plum parliamentary committees and also benefit from a possible cabinet shake-up. Lakini unaweza tupatia sneak peek. And just like that, the new team that President Uhuru Kenyatta wants to drive his agenda ahead of 2022 is taking shape. And the last nail on that coffin will be on Thursday, when parliamentary committees will be expected to be reconstituted, and they will give a picture of what President Uhuru Kenyatta and his new allies want ahead of that election. Kennedy Muredi, NTV at the KICC in Nairobi County.